Manchester United, early season review. 3 games in. Let's go. Evening, folks. Evening. No football. I just miss football. I miss it already. Miss it. Want it back. Manchester United, no football now for what is 10, 11 days. I think it's a good time for us to, have a nice little chat about what's gone right, what's gone wrong. We've had so much to delve into recently with transfers, with the bomb squad, with the formation. I think now is a good time for us to take stock. And there were some interesting stats that I've been seeing today online. And I wanted to run through it with you all because it made me sit. I took a breath. Manchester United not looking as bad as everyone thought. Maybe, could be, should be, would be. Who knows? But let's get into it. So I hope everyone's well. I hope everyone's had a fantastic Wednesday. We are officially halfway through the week, so the weekend is on the horizon. And with it comes international football. I'm sat here in England shirt. I cannot stand international football at this stage, especially this early into the Premier League season. Like, you get all of them there, ready to go. You have the first few games in the Premier League, and then what happens? They stop for international break. And what happens with an international break normally? Players get injured. So I'm kind of I just want it to be done. Players out on international duty. Obviously, the England boys won't be anywhere at the moment, so Mount will be getting well at rest. Still no real word on whether or not he has a really bad injury. I know Amorim said that it was precaution. Maguire's obviously not gone anywhere. Mainoo's not gone anywhere. And also Luke Shaw's not gone anywhere. So it's all positive in that sense. As much as we want our best boys playing for England, we definitely want some of them to be kept back and allowed the fitness that they need. But the people out on international duty at the moment are as follows. So you've got Ahmad out, has been called up. Binder, that is just a sick joke, by the way. Binder being called up for international duty. Have they not watched the last 3 games that United have played? Benjamin Sesko, Bruno Fernandes, Diogo Dalot, Brian. Don't want him out on international duty. Anana, then we've got Cassie. Lenny Yoros with the under-21s for France. That amazes me. That does. This kid's incredible. Delit, Ugarte, and Dorgu. So of our top players of our squad, you'd say what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 12 of our first teamers. 12 of our first teamers away. Footballing gods, please let them come back safe and sound. Please let them come back fit. We don't want any situation where we're sat there in a week going, brilliant, we've lost another group of players to injury. So there's a few of them out there. Obviously, we want them to do well for their countries. Of course we do. But at the same time, I want them back fully fit. Let's go through some of the chat. Well, good to see you, mate. He says, good evening, Dan, in chat. Jamie says, evening, Dan, you okay? I'm okay. I'm more bored. I'm bored already that there's no football. Evening, Andy, good to see you. Jerry says the next 2 games, City and Chelsea. What if we lose them? Well, if we lose them, we'll lose them together. I'll go through them in a bit. Good to see you, Mustafa, who says, happy for Marcus call-up. I don't know how he's been called up, to be honest. I think he's been pants for Barcelona. I mean, there's already reports that Barcelona, the players are not impressed with him at all. Kev, good to see you, my legend. I've got to take your ruler back to you, actually. And NG Sports, good to see you. I've seen United stats of how many shots. Yeah, I will go on to that. Don't you worry. And no, Brian. Rasmus, good to see you. Yes, bruh. Yes, Bojidan. I know. Bojidar. See, there we go. And close enough. And boring, Akko. So I hope you mean the fact that we've got no football and not me, mate. That would break my heart. And yes, look who is back again. He's coming back from his holiday. So glad to hear off you, Ben. We were all worried about you, dude. So good to see you. Right, let's go into what we've seen. So this come out today with Manchester United. And do you know something? I was shook off. When I read these stats, I was a little, wow. That this just doesn't make sense. So I'll bring them up. So this is apparently stats for the Premier League. And total shots, you'll see us top there, 55. Second, Bournemouth. Third, Chelsea. Fourth, Liverpool. Expected goals, 6.8. That baffles me. Chelsea, Brighton and City. Shots on target were fourth with 5.3. Touches in the opposition box, 99. But we're well ahead. Accurate crosses per game, 6.7, and then accurate long balls per game, 31.7. So I looked at this, and this again, yesterday I had this whole monologue with all of you where I said, have we been a little too much? Have we done a little too much here in going against Amorim? Have we moaned too much? And when you look at this, there we go, this, I mean, statistically, you'd have to say United have moved in the right direction. Like, you'd have to say that these stats here are showing that we're doing okay, you know. There's still a lot wrong with Manchester United. We know this, and I'm not really feeling the formations still. But I will say this: look at it. Like, United were nowhere near these levels last season. In fact, we were so far off the levels, it was redonkulous. So there have been improvements to Manchester United's game. There have been improvements to the way we do things on the pitch. And it doesn't take a blind man. Let me just get these off a second. I'll come back to that. It doesn't take a blind man to see that we are a lot more, first half mainly, we're a lot more fluent when we move with the ball. The one-touch passing in the midfield is decent. Still not sure about Bruno Fernandes in that midfield, but I beg the question. It begs the question. I don't beg it. It begs the question. Like, where would we have been with a decent goalkeeper? And we spoke about this last night, so I don't really want to push too much on that again, because we don't like going over old ground here. But it begs the question, doesn't it? Like, if we'd have had a decent goalkeeper in from the start, I think United might have been flying a little bit at the start of this season. I think we'd have all been sat here going, we're doing well? What? So United looking actually like it isn't as bad as first feared. Now, look, we've had moments, haven't we? And unfortunately, Moments FC is what we were titled under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, where we would just win the games with moments of magic. However, it would go the other way this time round for us. This season, it has been Moments FC, but it's been moments of sheer horror. We know Lemmy's in. See, I've remembered Lemmy. We know that Lemmy's in, and we know that obviously we want this kid to do really, really well. I'm interested to see how we get on from now until January. I'm interested to see if once we get past the City game and we get past the Chelsea game, we've then got Brentford at home, 12:30 kickoff, which I've got some news about that one because I'm not here for the Brentford game. I am in Butlins on an 80s weekend, so I will not be doing the watch along. However, somebody else will be. I think you know who I'm talking about. So we've got Brentford, then I believe it's Sunderland, and then it's the big one. It's Liverpool. Now, one thing I will say, let's look at the Premier League table a second. This is the top 10. Manchester United in the top 10. Incredible. Considering how bad we are, and considering how much the pundits like to really go at us. You know, I still haven't heard them say much about Forest or about Newcastle or about Villa. It's United, and nobody else. They love to talk about us, but I said 7 points from the first 5 games. Manchester United, that is still a possibility. Absolutely, still a possibility. Moxie Shun has just come with the comment of the season. Lemmy, the ace of saves. That is a T-shirt. That is it. I've been meaning to do some merch. I might do that. I might do that before Goldbridge tries and use it. Good shout there, Moxie. I'll split the earnings with you, mate. The Premier League, if you look at that table, we know it's always going to be close the first few games. We know that. But you'd much rather be in the top half of the table than the bottom half at the start of the season. And if we can get a result against Manchester City, I feel like that will absolutely push us to the right part of where we need to be so early on in the season. Chelsea are going to be tough. So it's Chelsea, Liverpool, and Crystal Palace at the moment, the only unbeaten teams in the Premier League. But I've got to say, chat, I've got to say this. And look, I've told you I'm coming with a more positive outlook here. I'm really excited for the City game. I really am. Because there is a lot at stake with this City game. Like, it's not a case of, oh, here comes another drumming. If we beat City, we could go into the 5th game of the season 4 points clear, which would be incredible. At this stage of the season, to be 4 points clear of Manchester City would be absolutely incredible. Now, it's away from home. And yeah, I hear that. I get that. And, you know, I can't go from moaning and screaming and shouting about how bad we were on Saturday to then saying we might have a chance here, you know. That's me there. But what I will say is anything's possible. Like Manchester United, make no mistake about it, against the bigger teams. It showed this last season, showed it against Arsenal start of this season. We perform better against the top six. We with the normal top six. I think Amorim will absolutely be up for this, and also Amorim seems to have had his seems to have had Pep's number when he's played him the last few times. So I'm going into this Man City game. In fact, let me bring up the last few games against City. Last 5 results. Man United versus City. Last 5. We'll go last 10. No, last 5 games. We'll do that. Let's have a look. I don't think it's as bad as we think. I genuinely don't think it's as bad as we think, chap. Stat Muse, here we go. Right then, this is from a City perspective, which is not the greatest, but let me just share this on the screen for you. Let me share it. Let me share it for you. Let me get rid of the Premier League table, and I'll share the last 10 games. Right. So let me get to the dates here. Okay, so we drew against them in June. We beat them 2-1. Now, this might look like it's a loss, but this is from a City perspective. We beat them in December. We lost against them on 3-1, lost 3-0, beat them 2-1. So in the last 5 games, we've beat them twice, drawn once. We've lost twice in the last 5 games. That's not bad, chap. That I got to be honest with you, that's not bad. Manchester City at the moment in a state of absolute, I think for them, embarrassment. I do. I think Manchester City, and again, because it's Pep Guardiola, we don't tend to hear much about it, do we? It's the same old thing with Manchester City. We don't tend to hear the same noise that you do with Manchester United. We've just come off the back of, as I've said, the goalkeeping errors would have been higher up in the table. Where are you going? Jasper's behind me. But nothing's been said about Man City. And I'm going to say this now. When I watched the highlights of the City game, Pep looked absolutely clueless on the sideline. Now, it's too early for us to sit here and say it'll be this result, it'll be that result, because it's a long way until we go and play them. We've got 11 days. Is it 11 days? Yeah, 11 days until that game comes. But what I will say is, actually, I think United can go there and give it a bloody good go. We don't know about Cunha yet, and that will be a big part of the way we play. However, I would feel a lot more confident with Bruno being played in a 10 as opposed to playing in central midfield against Manchester City. So that kind of, as much as you want Cunha there, balances that out. Mainu will start, I think. If he started Ugarte and Casemiro, that would be the end of Mainu. And I do have some news on Mainu, which we'll talk about in a bit. But Manchester United, I think, can go there and absolutely give it a bloody good go. And like I said, the cherry at the end of it, the cherry at the end of that carrot, is to go 4 points clear of Manchester City to get to 7 points. Let me have a look at the fixtures. Let's bring the fixtures up because I want to do this. Tonight, guys. We haven't got transfer news to talk about. This is where we're going to talk about Manchester United and about what we think is going to happen here. Now, let me go to the Premier League and let me go to scores and fixtures. So let's bring this up a second. Add that to stage. Let me remove you. Let me add you. Right, okay. Let me get rid of you. Don't want more bloody City. Share this tab instead. Okay. Right then. So, will it let me... Hang on a minute. Let me just zoom in for you. Some of you might be watching on phones. So, you've got Arsenal playing Forest. Bournemouth and Brighton. Bournemouth, that's going to be a toughie. You've got Palace and Sunderland. Palace should win that. Everton against Villa. Fulham Leeds. Then you've got Newcastle against Wolves. West Ham against Spurs. Brentford against Chelsea. And then underneath that, if we go down, Liverpool away at Burnley, City away at United, Manchester United away at City. So, oh God, can you hear me? I don't know what's happened there. Can you hear me, guys? I think you can hear me. I don't know what happened there. So what I'm trying to say with this is that there is Manchester United absolutely have the ability to try and put a gap between them and the bottom 10 there. I don't know why I said that. Let me stop sharing that a second. Manchester United absolutely have the ability to cause a gap and to push on this season. Now, are we ridiculous? Am I ridiculous for sitting here and saying go to City and get a win? I don't think I am, because we're not seeing the same Manchester City that we have been used to. LB would absolutely agree with that. LB, is obviously twerking for Donnarumma, and Donnarumma is a world-class goalkeeper. But I didn't want him at United. And I'll sit here and say that. And look, he might pull a man of the match performance out against us. And there may be United fans that come to me and say, you didn't want him and look what he's gone and done to us. But for the money he wanted, he wasn't anywhere near what we were looking for. It also, to me, doesn't scream the typical Manchester City signing going for Donnarumma. It really doesn't scream the typical signing. And yes, okay, we can say that Pep Guardiola likes his goalkeepers to play out from the back, and City fans will now share the footage of Donnarumma doing a little flick past the defender, and that ultimately says he's great with his feet. But it doesn't seem like a normal Manchester City signing for me. Let me go through some of these comments. I've neglected you all. I'm sorry about that. So we've got Sesko versus Gyökeres on Friday. I'm thinking of doing some watch-alongs for the international games, No football, but I'm cheering for Ghana at the moment. We are again teams we can dismantle against. Oh, we're against teams we can dismantle. Yeah, I agree with that. Evening all, and yes, Moxie, as I said, big shout out to you. F the media agenda, F the haters. We just need Sesko to start and people start banging the ball in the net. Agree. These stats show that Amorim is doing good. It can only get better, says Andy. Do you remember that song? Things can only get better. Oh, yes. Shows it's not the formation and the manager, says Jamie. Interesting. And yes, remember to like and subscribe, people. There we go. It's two of you saying that. And it won't be Jasper doing it. Worry and Vo that we haven't finished them chances, though. But if we don't play a striker, then we will struggle. And Jamie, I'm glad you said that, because with the stats that we saw, that just tells me we're screaming out for a striker. Sesko has unfairly been utilised at Manchester United at the moment. I think he should have started against Fulham. I genuinely believe that. This kid needs to score, and he needs to score soon for Manchester United. The longer it goes with Sesko not scoring, the longer the rival fans will come out. The quicker, the media will come out and say, Rasmus Højlund, Mark II, you've got another Rasmus. You've just got rid of Rasmus. You may as well kept him and saved the money. The best thing that can happen for Sesko is him to come back. Imagine he comes back and scores in the derby. Oh, that would be absolutely brilliant. And by the way, City's defence at the moment is all over the shop. United will get chances in that derby. Make no mistake about that. I'm only interested to see his lineups, which tell me if he is serious or not. Okay, Baba, I agree with that. And Goldbridge has spies everywhere. Beware. Couldn't give a flying. Honestly, I stopped again there from swearing. Couldn't give a flying hoot with that one. Not with the comment. City possibly start a keeper. It's not totally exactly that. And we do have to get. Honestly, we have to go there. Manchester United have to go there and show the least amount of respect for those City players, for that City manager, for that City crowd as possible. There is nothing better than playing away at a rival's ground and getting 3 points. It completely silences the home crowd. And also, you'd have to ask the question, and I will say it. We talk about how much pressure Ruben Amorim could be under after this game. Let's flip that. How much pressure would Pep be under if he lost? That'd be his second home loss this season. It hasn't started very good for him. He needs this win more than I think Pep needs this win more than Amorim. I genuinely do. Because look, we're going for Europe. Media, rival fans journalists will definitely state that United can't win this one. They'll go out and say United are going to get destroyed. I think Manchester City need this win far much more than Manchester United do, because we'll just lick our wounds and we'll go against Chelsea. If they lose again and Liverpool win, What are they, 9 points off the Premier League, off the title? Has Pep ever gone that long without winning the title? I'm not sure. I think Pep has had it his own way for a long time. He's a world-class manager. What I am starting to see with Pep, and I won't go on too much about Pep because this is a United fan channel, but what I will go on about is saying, I hate saying it like this because he got bantered for it. Ten Hag said that the era's come to an end. And look, his era has come very, very quickly to an end. But are we starting to see the end of Pep's era? Are we starting to see the end of Pep dominating world football? Are we starting to see the end of Pep going out there? I don't know. It's not looking good, is it? And City fans will tell you the same. I'd like to think that City fans wouldn't take that as disrespect, but I think that's what's happening. Heartbroken Højlund considers himself better than Sesko. Just got a ring on the phone. Yeah, do you know something? Look, we should have kept him. I'm going to say that straight away. We should have kept Højlund. I think he'd have been good backup. Not bad. It's Amorim's standard. Heard nothing about City or Forest terrible results. You won't know, Kevin. This is the thing. Manchester United will always be at the forefront of terrible results. They will be. They'll be absolutely at the forefront. We have to get used to that. We've been so used to winning everything for so long. They were always going to utilise it when we lost. Good to see you, Don. I hope you are well. Thank you very much. It's really nice to hear from you. Can guarantee Sesko starts on Friday if he's healthy. Absolutely will. And send you an early draft of our Levy t-shirt on TikTok. Let's have a look. Let's have a look, Moxie. Let's have a look, mate. The ace of saves. The ace of saves. I need to start a Discord, don't I, chat? I need to start a Discord. I think that's the next thing. Where is it? I can't see it, Moxie. Oh, hang on. No. I tell you what, on TikTok, do you know the reason I don't go on it as much anymore is because the amount of messages, spam messages I get from people asking if I'm a football agent. Yeah, we should look at that. But chat, do you think we should start a Discord? I think we'll do a Discord. There's things I want to do, like with this international break, just to go off on a tangent a little bit. I have set the memberships up on the channel. I've made that commitment because I want to start doing more things for you guys, and I think it's the right thing to do. Watch this space. I'm going to go to work this weekend on the channel. I want to rebrand a couple of things, but watch this space. There's a few things, but I think we need to get a Discord going. I think I'll start that. What else have we got? What's wrong with Mount getting out for 3 months? I'm not sure, Akko. I don't think he is. I think what they were doing, I think Manchester United were doing the right thing. I think Amorim was doing the right thing. Instead of playing him on and on and on and getting him more injured, I think he took him off to protect him. We got the result at the end of it, so I'm not too angry. Flipping Eldan, apparently there's a chance that Amari Hutchinson won't even be included in our Europa League squad, and he's our club record signing. Massively overpaid. Isn't he young enough to not be registered, though, Isaac? Amari Hutchinson. How old's Amari Hutchinson? 21. Does he not fall, or no? Does he? Yeah, does he not fall as homegrown, or is that because he's not played for your club enough? Let me know. Let me know. That would be ridiculous. That would be absolutely ridiculous. And Isaac says, got a feeling United tear City apart. To be honest, I'm thinking 3-1 United, possibly even 4. Honestly, I tell you now, I actually genuinely call it ridiculousness, and I'll probably get clipped up for this, and it'll be on the bloody stupid YouTube channels you see where it's like weeks before, yeah, I think we'll beat City, and then a few moments later, it's 4-0. How the hell is this happening? But I just think City need this more than Manchester United, and City haven't got the game changers that they used to have in that team. I mean, look, Haaland's a beast, we know that, but they're missing that certain je ne sais quoi. I just think it's bizarre. Fergie didn't go out to this sad, and people compare Pep to Sir Alex Ferguson. He left after, yeah, he did. He absolutely retired at the right time. United are always going to be up for the big games, and on their day they can be incredible. So up against the struggling Pep side, I think there could be fireworks. Well, let's hope so. Parv says, can Lemmy start in the Man City game? For me, I don't think he should. I don't think he should start. I think we should save him. I wouldn't like to see him go there, drop a stinker, and it ruin his career before he's even started. I think we need to protect this lad. So for me, it's a no. For me, it's a no. Dan jealously looking at cat pics on Kev's Discord. I'll do it. I'll set the Discord up. Wahar says I'll be there. I don't rep Pape. I don't rep Pape. Bloody hell. I don't rate Pep as much as everyone else. He has always been at the best teams in each league and the most money. He's done well at City, Annie. I mean, look, I know they've got the money, but Pep went toe-to-toe with a Jurgen Klopp side that was magic. I think he's done well, but I think it's coming. I think he is coming to the end of his cycle. I don't think he does. I think there's a date where they have to be 21 and under, and by then I think he'll be 22, so he'd have to be registered. Why, that's mad. That is. Right, guys, I might be back on. Just got to pick up Madonna wrap from Kebab Shop for tea, you lucky bastard. Not sure, though, to be honest. Might be just a Premier League one. I know the UEFA rules are slightly different. Yeah, I was going to look for you, but you're not here. I'm not going to do that for you. You know I love you. So here's the other bits then. So the interesting things here is top 5 big chances in the Premier League, whereas we've got the positivity, and I'll bring it back up of Manchester United. And we reek of positivity when you look at these stats. Look at these stats. We do get brought back down to earth with the communication from Statman Dave, where he says top 5 big chances in the Premier League. Chelsea 12, Man City 8, Bournemouth 8, Brighton 7, Palace 7. So that tells me that as much as we're doing all the things moving forward, we need to put that finishing touch onto there. So that was quite interesting for me to read, to be fair. The next bit as well is, obviously, with regards to Kobbie Mainoo, there was news that, what's his name? Fabrizio Romano has reported today, quite significant, actually, and apparently it went as far as Sir Jim Ratcliffe being the one to turn around and say, no, he isn't going anywhere. Now, United, Mainoo told Amorim and United after the Fulham game that he wasn't happy with his minutes, but club with Ratcliffe, CEO, directors, and Amorim decided he wouldn't be sold. So the next months are crucial. We know that. He will have to play. I think he will get a lot more game time. I think with the injuries that we've got at the moment, he will utilise Mainoo. Now, what I would say about this, and what I hope doesn't happen, this goes one of 2 ways. So the first way is Manchester United fans expect too much, which I hope they don't. I hope the fans don't expect too much. But the other side is he will be watched with a fine-tooth comb from the media. And anything he does wrong, it will be put up for the world to see. If he misplaces a couple of passes, it will be Mainoo stinker, has the balls to say United, needs to play more. So he has put himself in a little bit of a situation. I don't think it's a terrible one, but I do think he's put himself in a situation where he has to perform. Now, look, if he does hit the ground running with us in that midfield, and we see the Kobbie Mainoo that we saw when he first burst onto the scene, then I think it absolutely balances out the midfield. I think taking Bruno out there is going to do that anyway. And what I would go as far to say is make the manager have a selection headache and a half. Play your arse off. Hit your form. Make that problem that when Cunha's back, that they look at it and go, well, who are we dropping out of Cunha and Bruno? Because we're not putting Bruno in that midfield. So there's a lot. The next few weeks are going to be critical for Mainoo. I think he's staying behind and doing work to improve himself, which is good. The one thing about him that we all know is that his attitude has never been questioned at Manchester United. So I still feel like this kid is still going to be absolutely putting the work in whilst we are bereft with the England game and with international football. Now, what I will ask, chat, what are we thinking? Because we haven't got much football, I didn't want to do a panel show with some United fans, but I'm also thinking, do I do a couple of watch-alongs for some obscure games here? I mean, who have we got coming up? Friday, you have got Gyökeres versus... is it Friday? That's on Thursday. We have got Gyökeres versus... Sesko. That could be an interesting one to watch, actually. I might do that. Might see what Mrs. Robinson says. Tomorrow, I want to try and do a panel show tomorrow, so I'm not going to do anything. Saturday is the England game, which I'll be honest with you, I'm not asked about the England game. I love England, but it's bloody Andorra. I might just watch it for Rashford and just see if he gets minutes. Jesus Christ, it's so long until the football comes back on, chat. I hate it. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. Let's go through some of the comments. Shivam says Manchester is and will always remain red. We're going to smash City 3-1. Honestly, Shivam, the last few days, you and I have gone on this whole roller coaster of emotion, and we've decided that we are united in our love for Manchester United. I'm not doing. If anyone's ever watched The Office, I even did the chin there. Anyone watch the UK Office? Jamie says, I do feel sorry for Trafford at City after buying Donnarumma. And I do, because, and I saw some Newcastle fans, not the loaded mad boys, they're class, and not the likes of Sophie and that, but I saw some people saying, serves you right for turning down Newcastle. And I was like, bro, he is a City fan. He had the opportunity where he was probably told, we're going to put our faith into you. You're going to be the goalkeeper to take us forward. You're going to be the goalkeeper for the next 10 years. We have a lot of faith in you. We've seen you train. You've come through the ranks. They probably sold him a massive dream, and it's just come crashing down, because not only has he got one of the world's greatest goalkeepers at the moment, in my opinion, in goal in front of him, this dude's only 26. Like, this dude's he's going to play on for 10 years minimum. So Trafford can either, and Trafford, by the way, has aspirations to play for England. So I think he'll go soon. I think he'll do it a season, he'll go. Look at the amount of investment in that City team compared to Jurgen's team. Nowhere near comparable. Pep's team should have been well clear of Jurgen. That's fair. I see what you're saying there, Isaac. I'll put some of my AI comics on the Discord. Oof, looking forward to that. The goalkeepers are the only reason why we are dropping points this season. Our stats are looking very good, but we have been unlucky, and I hope Lemmy and Sesko start against City, but I'm daydreaming. I don't think you're daydreaming, Akko. I don't think you're daydreaming at all. The best thing for Manchester United and for Benjamin Sesko is he goes away now with Slovenia and bangs 2 or 3 goals in, because what that does is that fills him with confidence. He is raring to go to get on that pitch and score a couple of goals. He has to go and he has to play, but just obviously don't get any frigging injuries. But look, Lemmy's the one out of both of them that I would say I don't think would start out of the 2. I'll look into these Europa League rules and come back. Hopefully, shouldn't take so long. Okay, no problem, mate. If you can't wait, they're under posts on my channel at Wahaha. Have you got a Have you got a YouTube channel? Have you got a YouTube channel, Wahaha? Let's have a look. Let's have a look what Wahaha's got here, mate. Let's have a look. YouTube. I'd howl if it turned out Wahaha was like a celebrity. No, I've got Tinky Winky coming up, mate, but I don't think I've got you. No. I haven't got you, Wahaha. Yes. Well, yes, it's not channeling, but it's there. Oh, okay, fair. Absolutely damn big up United forever. Glory, glory, Man United. Pop the pep and demolition. Demolish the team and Shirky. Well, Shirky, look, for all of Shirky's chest, I'm going to be there. I'm going to destroy Manchester United. Yeah, you ain't even there, mate. You're injured. I'm not asked about Shirky, to be fair. With that name, he should be at United. He was sorry when he's old. What, Donnarumma? And yeah, I was right. Hutchinson will turn 22 this season, 30th of October. He would have to. Okay, that's fair enough. And there we go. Plug for. Make sure you follow him. Waha. Let's have a look. Let me have a quick look, chat. 2 seconds. Because I can't. There we go. Can I open it in a new link? Let's have a look. There you go. I've subscribed to you, mate. I'm your 10th subscriber there, dude. I'm your 10th subscriber. Make sure you're following him, guys. Is that one of your videos from 13 years ago? Jesus Christ, that's hilarious. Okay, fair enough, Chappie Trafford. Sorry, I just seen one of his videos. I think you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. And guys, make sure you get the likes up. Let's make sure we're smashing the likes up. I appreciate this is the annoying thing, isn't it, with Manchester United when it comes on to the international break. There's nothing for us to bloody get excited about. I mean, the only thing I will say that's hilarious is Goldbridge is still not letting it go, is he, about Grimsby? He will die on that sword, God bless his heart. He is absolutely still adamant that Grimsby should be out of the Carabao Cup. And that, for me, just makes me laugh. That for me, just makes me howl with laughter. Let me just have a quick look. Goldbridge is saying that Newcastle had a better transfer window than Manchester United. What do we reckon, chat? Do we think Newcastle had a better transfer window than Manchester United? I'm not so sure they did. I'm not so sure they did at all. Like, I genuinely don't. I don't know where he's going with that. To be fair, I don't know where his head's at with that, but I'm not sure about that. Let's have a quick look as well. Why is everybody saying block Anfield edition? What's Anfield edition done? Anfield edition? Is that Craig bloke? Oh, I don't know. That is. We're not talking about fucking Liverpool, are we? Definitely not talking about Liverpool. So then, chat, what I will ask now. It's new to me. We're all about football. What I want to know then, chat, is... Hang on a minute, what we're saying here. Yeah, but Goldbridge knows what he's doing. He knows that he'll bring in the views with such a reaction. And this is true. It's like, do you know what? There's so many things that I could put as a video and try and, generate interest. But at the moment, I'll be honest with you, I'd rather generate the good chat that we're doing first. I think we need to... That's the community we're building. Like, I remember him getting in hot water for saying Rashford to leave, and Rashford was nowhere near leaving at that point, and Rashford actually responded, and it was like clickbait. I know. Obviously, that's the YouTubing world, but that's not. I'm not sure. Not sure. But here's a question I want to know, guys. Manchester City, and we've got Chelsea. 6 points up for grabs. What are our thoughts here, and how much are you expecting Manchester United to get from both games? Because I'm going to say this now. Here he is. Fucking Paul, man. Yeah. We'll do a poll. Let me bring it up. Let me get the poll going. How many points? I'm going to tell you straight away before I do the poll. I think United could quite easily get 4 points from those two games, and that is absolutely laughable. And I'm not doing that for clickbait. I will explain more. How many points can we get versus City and Chelsea? We'll just do 0 to 2, 0 to 2. 3 to 4. I'm going to have to be careful here with my maths. Or 6. Just trying to think if that is all eventualities. 0. Yeah, it is. I'm just checking my maths. How many points can Manchester United get versus City and Chelsea? Now, for me, I think we can get 4. I think Manchester United can easily get 4 points from those games. And I will bring the table back up. Let me just get the mouse. I will bring the table back up. Oh, yeah. 4 points puts Manchester United on 8, which after 5 games, I said 7 at the start of the season. I'd be over the moon with that. 8 from 15, considering how bad we've been, I would be absolutely buzzing with 8 points. Let me just have a quick look. The main man. 6 says Wahaha. Nath says 4. They're both shit, says Wahaha. Isn't he that Irish football fan? Yeah, I thought he was. Oh, really? If it's because he said Nguma could have his babies and he's... Oh, right, okay. Do you know what makes me laugh about that Anfield edition bloke, right? His name's Craig. It's not the meltdown he had with Goldbridge's channel. It's not that. There was the one where United lost 6-1 against Tottenham Hotspur, and he was there on his throne, and he was like, 6-1. The other lot, 6-1. 7-2. They got absolutely battered by Villa. Does anyone remember that? And it's just his last one where he's like this. I mean, I haven't got a remote. He's like 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7. 7. He's another one that is just, I look at his videos and I think you're such a twat. We can win both, says Wahaha. City ain't looking great, but it's a derby. It's a derby. It's a derby. It's 2 yards, man. It's a derby. And Chelsea should have lost on the weekend against Fulham. Chelsea were fucking lucky against Fulham. Quick maths was all right there. And to be honest, if we finish 8th position due to goalkeeper errors and we didn't fix much, crap transfer window. Fair. Let's do 4 to 6 points, says Akko. I love that, Akko. You're like, let's do 4 to 6 points, mate. Let's do 4 to 6 points. I'm not answering that one. And that's a great impression, Dan. He's another one. He's just oh God, he's such a fool, honestly. But then again, do you know what? There's people that probably watch me and go, what an absolute moron. I mean, if anybody saw my rap last night on the video, a piece of me died inside when I realised that I'd actually done that. I think United will definitely stand a good chance of picking up points in both games. Like I said earlier, against the big boys, United always seems to turn up. And here's the other side of it, right? Here is the other side of it. The other side of the coin, if you will. I haven't got a coin to flip. Chelsea's gaffer has done okay. Yeah, of course he has. He's won them a cup. He's won them 2 cups. They're world champions. They're world champions. But I know some Chelsea fans still the jury's out with him. So the obvious thing on that game is going to be Garnacho, and it's going to be all about Manchester United keeping their emotion in check. You know my thoughts on Casemiro starting big games, but Casemiro starts against Garnacho. Boy, you get me. You get me. He's going for blood. So Manchester United are going to have to keep. And I promise you now, if Garnacho scores, he will absolutely do an Adebayor run to the Stretford end, or he'll run to the bench, whip out a vape. He'll be like this. He'll be like, he'll absolutely do that. Absolutely do that. So Manchester United, we need, and actually, you're right. In what world does Garnacho start against Neto? I still can't believe that they've gone for it. Yes, Anthony, good to see you, my man. You absolute effing legend. Sorry I'm late, though. What did I miss? You missed the fact that there's no football. You missed the whole repertoire. I've been singing for the last half an hour, mate. I've gone through Backstreet Boys. That sounds wrong, doesn't it? I've gone through Backstreet Boys. I've sang Backstreet Boys, Westlife, done a lot. Garner will have the biggest stink face ever if he is sat on the bench watching. Oh, it will be absolutely will. Let me have a look at the vote, guys, because I want to know how many points you think we can get from those games. Let's have a wee look. So 71% at the moment are saying 3 to 4. Nobody has said 0 to 2. There's confidence. There is confidence from this fan base, and quite rightly quite rightly so. There should be confidence. Take away the fact that Manchester United's goalkeepers have been absolutely abysmal. I think we'd have had a different start to the season. I absolutely do. And make sure you're hitting the likes as well, guys. Let's get up to 20 likes. That would be phenomenal. Let's have a look what else we've got here. Glad I'm late. Get late. International break is so boring. I don't even watch England. It's that boring. I tell you something now. England, I'm going to do a watch along because I'll have to because it's England. But I don't get excited for England in the qualifiers because the qualifiers, let's be honest, are the biggest pile of pesh that I think have ever been out there. England always. I mean, let's bring up. I'm not going to dwell on it too much, but let's bring up England's group. Yeah, let's bring up England's group for qualifying for the World Cup. Right, let's bring. Where's the frigging group? Where's the group? Where's the lamb sauce? Right then, let's bring the group up. This is everything that's wrong with international football. This is everything that's wrong with international football. If any of you are old enough, I remember the days where we had to go to Italy, Poland, and I'm talking when Poland were used to batter us. Germany. And now, with the greatest respect, we're going to Albania, Serbia, Latvia, and Andorra. I mean, out of all of them, you'd say, okay, you'd say Serbia would cause the most issues, but That is just appalling. Like, why do we have to do this? You may as well just say to England, look, there's your ticket. You're in the World Cup. We'll let these lot play for a playoff place. And I know that sounds ridiculous. I know that sounds big-headed, but this is just pointless. Have we even conceded a goal? We haven't even conceded a goal. Do you know what I mean? And we got Andorra next. I don't see the point in it. I don't see the point in these international qualifiers. I really don't. I think it's just pathetic. After careful thought, I think it will be 1 draw and 1 win. Also, Ghana will be slam dunked by Yoro off the pitch. Someone will absolutely hammer Garnacho. They will. There's no doubt about it. It'll either be Casemiro, it'll be Ugarte if he's on the pitch. Imagine Kobe Manu just RKOs him out of nowhere. Someone will. Imagine, Harry Maguire's another one, you know. Harry Maguire will go for it. Imagine Martinez is back. Imagine Martinez against Garnacho. Woo! Who are England even playing? Andorra, mate. The team is on the verge of being fantastic. If Lemmy works, we only have the midfield to fix. Got to be better than last season, says Anthony. I agree. There's confidence from me, Dan, and I'm not even a United fan. However, I would also say it's going to be a very big game for Lemmy to debut in. Could either make or break him. I still don't think he starts him. I think he'll start being there if being there doesn't go. I think we beat Chelsea. They haven't really played anyone hard in the first 3. I mean, their toughest one, you'd say, was probably Palace, wasn't it? Not places you go to for football. Should win it. Yep. Kev says, used to love watching England. Now it's just on in the background. Well, you can't say that, mate, because you're going to be doing the watch-alongs with me, whether you like it or not. I'm not sitting there and watching them on my own. I don't think England have a chance in the World Cup in America. Do you know something? These comments, like Angel, I get it, because I say the same all the way up to it. And Doggy Dog Dog, I used to work with Doggy Dog Dog. What a guy. He will tell you the same. In fact, we both did it before the Euros. Leading up to it, we're shite. England not winning anything. Got to, I don't know, an hour before the first game, and we both looked at each other, and I'll try and do an impression of him the best I can, because this guy's hilarious. It's coming home, man. That's exactly how it comes. And that is how every England fan thinks in the country. No matter how bad we are, no matter how much we hated Gareth Southgate, we all do it. We all go, it's coming home. We're going to win the World Cup. Never happens, does it? But not complaining. My country is playing against Chad, who we beat 5-0 last time. Nice one, Acco. Yeah, Leach will batter him. I remember 1978 when England didn't qualify. Lord Chappie, I remember when we didn't qualify for Euro 2008. Because of the Wally and the Brolly. Imagine the people's elbow from Anana on the sidelines. But then he'll be eligible for that pay rise. Yeah, I'd pay him for that, to be fair. Leacher from one side, Casse from the other. Ghana sandwich. Just imagine. They are going to be up for it because Garnacho has acted like an absolute... I nearly swore. An absolute moron all the way through this. And you can't walk away. And he tried to do the generic, thank you, Manchester United, for everything. We've had great memories together. Mate, you're 21 years old. Like, Kev, I'm sorry, mate, but I'm going to have to do it. Get to fuck. Like, you're 21 years old. Thanks for all the memories. Look at what we achieved together. Yeah, you were part of a team that finished 15th, mate. Like, seriously. And I would absolutely love it. Not because it's Chelsea. Well, yeah, because it's Chelsea. But I would love it if Manchester United finished above Chelsea this season. I know that's pie in the sky. But just to see that snotty-nosed little shite bag do the whole... I've just joined the best team in the world. Yeah, you finished below us, mate. On you, jog on. So, yeah. I just genuinely would love it. Turning into Kevin Keegan, don't I would love it. You know, when he said that, I would love it if he's still got to go to Middlesbrough, honestly. I would love it. Shut up, you fool. But I would love it if we finished above him. It's not pointless. Maybe it's for the fans, but for Tuchel, it's definitely useful to help him select his starting 11 and develop a tactical understanding between the players. He's been there a while. I'm not seeing anything with Tuchel at the moment. Back and tucking into my Donner app. 3 to 4 points versus City and Chelsea. Only United fans, only us United fans after the season we've started with the mess that we've had, would sit here and go, do you know what? We're going for it, lads. We're going straight to the top, lads. More than anything, just to see rival fans. If we beat City, can you imagine Gabby Agbondahor, Gabby Moronicahor, right? Sat there going, oh, I don't know how it happened, mate. I don't know how it happened. When I played against United, mate, I spanned Vidic 27 times. Yeah, shut up, you twat. Jesus Christ. Do you know what I mean? They would tears, absolute tears. Like, we've got 10 minutes, so I'll go on this rant. If there's one person that I genuinely can't stand hearing on the radio, it's Jamie O'Hara. He should be banned from being on radio alone for being on that dating program in America going, yeah, I haven't really told you this, but I'm actually a professional footballer, pretty big from my country. Yeah, you're big now, mate. You're definitely big now, but you're not. You were never a big footballer, mate. Jesus Christ. And he just, oh God, he fries my head on TalkSport, he does. TalkSport just, they pick these people, man. If this new goalkeeper doesn't start against City, this manager can go. And why sign Sesko if you don't start either? I agree with the Sesko one. With the goalkeeper one, I think we should absolutely be playing one of the other two. I don't think we start him against City. Definitely not. I guess Martinez not back until mid-October. I want to see a fighting performance against Chelsea and City. Show the United spirit and play ruthlessly with grace. Fantastic. Love that. I'm always supported England, Dan, all the time because of Rashford and Rooney. Akko, you're an absolute... Do you know what? You're an absolute mon, you are. You're a monner. I love you. By the way, a mon, from where I'm from, is a good thing. You're a monner. You're a mon. Main man. When I went to America, right, I'm going off on a tangent here. When I went to America, I traveled around America, and I remember going to a bar one night, and I said, oh, beer, please. And he went, there you go, that's $3.50. And I give him a tip, and I went, cheers, mon. And he went, mon? What the fuck is a mon? I think he thought I was disrespecting him. I'm relieved Garnacho is gone, says Angel. And Garnacho's interview, winning mentality. I don't blame him much because he was pulling strings for the team, but also blasted away a lot of chances. He played far too much football so early on for United. All you guys lucky, my country is still not in the context of World Cup. Soon will we be there, lads. Big up and all hail to the one and only best country in the world, India. India are going for the Olympics, I think, though, aren't they, Shivam? I think you're rivaling Qatar for the Olympics, I read somewhere. The way our team plays, we have more chance against City and Chelsea than the bottom teams. Well, that was the way it was last season, Anthony. At least that's what Rangers fans will be saying to Russell Martin once he's gone and takes his missus with him. Absolutely can't stand it, O'Hara. He talks shite. Most of them do on that channel. He's an absolute moron. He really is. And big up, Shavan. You've already taken cricket off us. Leave football alone. What a way to end it, guys. Right then, I tell you what, I want to let me have a quick look at the vote. I'm not going anywhere just yet, because I want to update you on a couple of things before I go. Where is the vote? Where's the vote now? Hi, now, Brian Kai. The vote is in. 55% of you say 3 to 4 points. 45% of you say 6 points. I'm ending the poll there because that is the epitome of belief that everybody here has not said United will get 0 to 2 points. There's a belief growing with this Manchester United fan base. There really is. Yes, I had an absolute meltdown against Burnley, and that was mainly because of the Grimsby result. But do you know what I did? I put my big boy pants back on, and I looked at the season for what it is. And Kev obviously is tasked with being the man to keep me calm for the rest of the season. Good luck, my man. Good luck, my man. But I do think we need to wait this out now till the end of the end of January. We need to see where we are. We could absolutely go and get points against City and Chelsea. And after that, in best case scenario, imagine Manchester United go and get 6 points. Like, okay, it's crazy, I know. Imagine we go get the 6 points, and then what happens? Well, then Manchester United the talk starts from the media then, doesn't it? Have Manchester United clicked into gear? Has it finally turned around? Manchester United are the owners of their own destiny this season. And I know that's the same for every team, but our destiny is different to the other top teams. It is. We are big by name, but not by reputation at the moment because of the way we've been playing. But Manchester United absolutely are in control of doing something this season, and that's getting back into Europe, putting last season behind us, and then just chuntering on and getting the next step. You hit the first target. The first target for me, European football. Don't care how it looks. Don't care how we get it. We know it's not going to be Europa League, Carabao Cup this time. So it's either going to have to be FA Cup or we finish in a place in the Premier League. Now, yeah, when I spoke at the start of the season, I said we had to be better. In fact, I put Chelsea out of it. I put City out of it. I put Arsenal out of it. I put Liverpool out of it. And I put Newcastle out of it. Those 5 teams I put out of it. City obviously will get up there. We know that. But Newcastle need to absolutely up their game. And yes, they haven't had a striker, but they could. I genuinely think that they will probably push up there. But from the rest of them, Villa haven't looked great. Yeah, they've signed Harvey Elliott. Forest need to, and to be fair to him, Isaac, I think will probably chime in with Forest. Forest haven't looked as good as we thought they were going to. It's civil war there. Manchester United just have to be the best of the rest. We don't look at this now as we need Champions League. That is ridiculous. Only a fool would sit here and go, we've got to hit Champions League. What we need to concentrate is just being top of the other table. Okay? Finish first out of the rest. Finish first out of the remaining 14. That's all you need to do. Manchester United can do that. We can. We've shown so much promise in the first half of games. Against Fulham, we come out of the blocks racing. Against Burnley, one of the best first halves I've ever seen. Yeah, it was Burnley. I get that. I take that on board. And Shane's in here. Big up Shane. Shane will definitely attest to this. Arsenal fans wax lyrical against Leeds. We can wax lyrical about the first half with Burnley. It's just the way it is. But Manchester United now, this is their sole focus. Be first out of the remaining 14. You get European football. That is the first checklist done. And then next summer we go for it. Now, we have got another 11 days until Manchester City. And a lot can happen in that time with different injuries, with different news. Anything's going to happen. I think there's going to be rumblings of different things coming up. Player fallouts, because the window is still open for other nations. We know Saudis are still open. We also know that Turkey's still open. But as long as Manchester United can keep themselves as a unit, and I don't mean on the pitch, I mean together, keep that togetherness, I think we'll be okay. Manchester United can absolutely go out there and shock everyone and get 6 points from these teams. It's all about what Amorim does now in the next 11 days. He's already had a few days to have a look back, and he will absolutely have been analysing what went wrong at the start of the season. We already know that. Formation, goalkeeper. Change formation, do it in the way it works. Bamboozle teams, all for it. But we'll have to see. The other thing is, so just a couple of things. I'm going to spend some time on the channel. The memberships is now open, so you can sign up to be a member of the channel. I will be releasing things on that. I've got a few nice little plans for that. The other thing is the next 2 United games after the Chelsea game. So let me just bring up the fixtures. Let me bring up the fixtures. I'm gonna bring them up for you. Can't find the fixtures. Enter a team. Here we go. Manchester. Right. So if I just share this a second, view it on Streamlab. Bloody hell. Let me zoom that in for you a second. Zoom will chase the day away. Right. Christ almighty. So that's the 3 fixtures. So you got City away, which I'll be for. I'll be here for the City game. I'll be here for the Chelsea game. And then Saturday the 27th, I will be in Butlins at an 80s weekend. Yeah, you better believe it, big balls. That is my jam. That is my jam. How old do I sound? So spoke to Kev last night. Kev has said he's happy to do the watch along for this game. And the other problem is I am not here for the Sunderland game either, because this one I kind of definitely can't miss. I'm away in Gran Canaria, and it's mine and Mrs. R's wedding anniversary on that day. So for me to take my laptop away and live stream during that, I think I'll be coming back single. But another international break after that, which really irritates me. After that, it's the big one. Liverpool against United at Liverpool, and I'm absolutely buzzing for that. Absolutely buzzing for that. What else have we got here? I just want to make sure that I've not missed any comments. Yeah, good to see you, Shane. Hope you're well, my man. A knowledgeable version of Sutton and Savage. Who are you talking about with that one, chappy? Me? You talking about me? Big up, Steve-O. Good to see you. Definitely, mate. Definitely. We'll have a chat about that. I don't think the world's ready for you, though, mate. Oh, much love to you, brother. So then, guys, that's it. We are going to call it there. I'm thinking I'm going to put a vote up on YouTube in a sec. Oh, there we go. Me and Kev. Thank you. Am I Savage? I'm not Robbie Savage, am I? Don't say I'm Robbie Savage. If anyone's Robbie Savage, it's Kev. Definitely not me. Definitely not me. Of course, I'm joking, Kev. Yeah, I'm going to put a vote up because if you want to do a little bit of a watch along for some of these obscure games, I think it might be a bit of fun. I do want to. I was actually contemplating on Saturday. Let me just have a look at the fixtures. Just to, do you know what? Just for the lulz, just because we like a bit of fun here. I was absolutely considering doing a watch along. Let me just check if who they're playing. $3:00 before the England game. I'm considering doing a Grimsby watch along just for the laugh because do you know what? I want them to do well. They absolutely tonked us, didn't they? So they're in my heart now. They are, and I think it would wind up some United fans. To be fair, what he's doing a Grimsby watch along? They absolutely smashed us. What's he thinking? Hector Savage fought under the name Kid Minneapolis. Hector Savage. Oh God, Jas, what are you doing? Where are you? You come in. Come on, then. Come on, then. Honestly, can't get. Come here, then. Come and say hello. There's your people. There is your people. They're there. Look. They're in there. They're in there. That's it. Staring out. Good boy. Yeah, guys. I will see you at 6:30 tomorrow, regardless. We will have. I've got some stuff I'm working on. I'm going to work. Jesus Christ! I'm going to work on it tonight. The channel is going to start to look different. It really is. The channel is going to start to look different in so many ways. As I said, I've put the memberships up there. So if you want to become a member, make sure you have a look at that, and that would be great for you to join this community. But other than that, guys, much love to each and every one of you. It's only bloody Grimsby. Jasper. I will say this to you all. Absolutely love each and every one of you. You're all top people. You're fantastic. Thank you to the mods. Thank you to the OGs. Thank you to Kev. No, mate, they're staying here. I'll fight you for them. Of course you can. And I will see you all on the flip side. Dan United. Oopta! Bye-bye.